Just to start off, is Miles okay?
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah. So he obviously got hit on the moving screen and just jarred him. Obviously, when you get hit like that, and things are a little fuzzy, but he's fine now.
The way Indiana played you last time, what can you kind of take from that this time?
Yeah, they, obviously we had some opportunities where we helped them in transition. They got some runouts in the first half, and we got to do a better job of taking care of it. We got to do a better job of taking good shots. When we did that, we really helped our cause. But just like anybody we play, it's really important for us to do a good job on the ball and do a good job in what we're doing, whether it's ball screen defense or post defense, and keep the ball out of the paint. When the ball gets driven that way, or the ball gets posted deep and they get that kind of position, that's what gives everybody trouble. But that's what gives us trouble against them, and that's their strength, their ability to, their size and their ability to get there, but also their guard's ability to work you downhill, especially Trey Galloway. He really did a good job. And with that being said, Trey Kaufman had foul trouble, so that kind of to go on. They were trying to attack him to get to his fourth and his fifth foul, but they also were trying to get the ball in the paint, which they did a good job. We got to do a better job on it, but we got to do a better job in our ball screen defense.
When you mention being on the ball and ball screen defense, do you mean staying attached to the guy around the screen or getting back in front of him?
Yeah, well, sometimes you're not trying to let him get to the side they want or the hand that they want. So trying to be able to stop that. And other times it's being up in your screen, and then if you're in a drop, it depends on if you're high hedging or you're dropping. But whatever you're doing, you got to be able to do it, right? You got to consistently do it, and it's not magic. So the guard's got to be able to stay under the basketball and disrupt the ball with his hands, and the big's got to be able to disrupt the ball with his hands, because when you pull in, which a lot of people do, and take away that role, what opens up is that skip pass. And so now do you have somebody over there that's good and playing in a closeout? Can you get there if they drive? It's not just a thing that you attack and you can get one thing. If it's not properly defended, there's a lot of things that you can get.
Talked a lot the last few seasons about dealing with success. For a lot of these guys, this is their first 3-game losing streak in their entire career. Is there something different to handling 3 losses in a row?
Not really. I think you can learn a lot by just losing one game. You don't necessarily need to lose 3. But when you have 3 different opponents, 3 quality opponents, we were in a position to win that first game. We almost were in position to win the Michigan State game. I thought Wisconsin there really kind of controlled the game the way they played offensively. We never did stop them, so we never got ourselves in that spot where we really felt let's do this, even though it was 2 or 3 possessions late in the game. They just kept scoring the basketball. So, just learning from those things and kind of understanding who you are individually, and make sure you play to your strengths, both offensively and defensively. I think offensively we've played pretty good. I don't think it's been bad in those 3 games. I think that defensively we have fouled too much. We've done at times an okay job on the ball, and other times that we just haven't. We're helped too much. So I think that each guy doing a better job on the basketball, and each guy kind of just staying with what we've decided to do. At times we're inconsistent in what we're doing away from the basketball. You've got to be consistent and keep everybody connected.
You put into perspective this record Braden's going to break.
Well, obviously, for him to be able to do it in his junior year is big. It's the guy that he's breaking. I don't know how many games, I don't know how many Bruce Parkinson games it took him to get to that point, but the fact that he's put himself in elite company and he hasn't finished his junior year yet is pretty impressive, right? And he's a great passer. He walked in the door that way, and he's got great vision. He's got great skill set, and he's earned it. Obviously, he's figured out how to play, with different teammates and different skill sets. And I think trying to get the ball to guys, where they're comfortable, and get guys in scoring position, and having them feel, and he can do it in a lot of different ways, whether he's playing in transition or playing out of ball screens or just moving the basketball.
Has having a player like him changed your approach to offense at all? You've never really had that guy other than maybe Lewis, who was that playmaker for other people first and foremost.
Yeah, you just play to the strengths of your players. It's not one of my philosophy. But you can't have somebody play like Braden Smith that didn't have the skills that Braden Smith had.
Right.
I think that's important. Lou has ultimate quickness, and Lou can pass the basketball, but he can't pass the basketball to that level. And but Braden's got to pull up, and Braden can make pull up threes, and so Lou didn't. So he didn't he kind of put himself in a tough spot sometimes. He would take it every now and then. He wouldn't take it a lot. So, but no, it's we haven't had somebody like that.
With Caleb's kind of career, a lot of people who don't play for a whole year, most of his junior year, they end up going out the door. But he was here for a specific purpose, to get a degree, using basketball along that. How special is it to find kind of a talent that, first and foremost is academic driven?
Yeah, but also I think the caveat of Zach, in there, and you can say that 2 years ago about Trey Kaufman. Ren, it wasn't like he wasn't a quality player. It wasn't like Caleb wasn't a quality player. It was like who plays best with your, with your best player, and that was Zach. And so other guys got an opportunity to play more, with him, but it shouldn't take away from somebody's value. It just happens to be what's best for your team is that you go with some other guys at that time. But no, he's done a fabulous job for us. He came here to get an education from Purdue and help us win a lot of games, and he's going to get his education. He's going to go to medical school, and he's the all-time winningest player in school history. It's a pretty impressive resume.
He said last year, even when he knew he wasn't going to get in games, he came to practice every day with the mindset of, like you said, making this team better, however it is. I think that's pretty rare for a 21-year-old.
Well, he was raised right, and he understands right from wrong, and he understands what's important in life. He's got a strong faith. Education's important. He's engaged to be married. He has a lot on his plate. That's a lot of responsibility for a 22-year-old. But I also think he's been prepared for that. Family's very important to him. His faith is very important to him. Education is very important to him. And then anytime you want to be a doctor, sure, it's a great life, but it's also strenuous. And there's a lot of pressure there, but you're also in the world of helping others and helping other people. And that's who he is. So it's great to know that you have somebody that sees the big picture and understands what's best and where he's going to find his happiness in life.
No one wants to talk about fans or Twitter and kind of toxicity online. But
Then don't. Right there. Whenever someone starts, when someone walks up to you in a restaurant and says, hey, I didn't want to bother you. Yeah, but you're going to. Don't start it with that saying when you're going to bother. But go ahead. Let's just get out of the way.
Just how do the players they grew up in an online culture, how do they kind of handle it, especially now when 3 losses kind of bring out the worst?
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It does affect them. That's where, as a coach, you got to understand that. Unless you just have a callous guy, but the people that are tweeting really, really good players and coaches, if you're going to get caught up into that, man, you're putting yourself in a tailspin. Because think about it, nobody likes. I don't care who you are. Nobody likes when somebody says something derogatory about you, even if it's some bozo. Saying that it still bothers you. You're human. You have that. But you also got to fight through it. They're the people that are in your locker room, the people that are in your film sessions, the people that are there that sacrifice with you every single day. Those are the people that you got to bounce things off of. Those are the people you got to listen to. But those should be the people that are helping. We should be helping each other, which we are, through things. But you're gonna have a bad day if you're gonna read that and listen to that. So.